Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs remain the unquestioned best team in the NFL in my mind. I know Steeler fans out there are raising their hands like, hey, excuse you, we're 10-0. I would take Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to beat anybody in the NFL right now. I know they've lost a game. I know they played a close game against the Raiders. I know that the Bucs came back after the Chiefs went up 17-7 and they made it somewhat close. But Tyreek Hill is impossible to guard. You have Travis Kelce, who is impossible to stay in front of and guard. You have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who, when the Chiefs decide they need to run the football, is an incredibly talented running back. And most importantly, you have the best quarterback in the NFL. And before all is said and done, I believe will be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game in Patrick Mahomes. And as a result, the Chiefs went on the road and they beat the Bucs like I told you I thought the Chiefs would do. And in the process, they knocked the Bucs down to 7-5. Now, I think there's a decent chance that Brady and the Bucs win their Final Four. They'll be favored in all four of those games. They could get to 11-5. Maybe it allows them to fight their way back up to the 5 seed, which would allow them to play against the NFC East team. But in conjunction with the absurdity coming out of Denver, where they had no quarterback at all, effectively the Saints have won the NFC South. So if you are Brady and the Bucs, you're sitting now several games back. You've lost both times to the Saints. You are at best hoping for that 5 seed so you could go up against whoever the team is to emerge from the NFC East. That's one big takeaway. The other big takeaway, how about the Titans going on the road and absolutely dominating against the Indianapolis Colts, a team that is the Colts that had completely owned them. In the last 23 matchups, the Colts had won 23 in this series. And then Derrick Henry rolled into town. And I know people who are Colts fans are going to sit around and they're going to say, but look at all the injuries. Look, the Titans had a lot of injuries, a lot of starters out too. They were on their third left tackle of the season. And Derrick Henry just completely took over in this game. Derrick Henry, in his last 8 road games, this is from NFL research, has rushed for 1,121 yards since the merger between the AFL and the NFL in 1970. Only Eric Dickerson and Earl Campbell had more rushing yards in an 8-game span of road contests than what Derrick Henry has done in his last 8 road games. And let me give you a sense for the other people that have done what Derrick Henry has done in an 8-game road span since 1970. Eric Dickerson ran for 1,188 yards in that 8-game span on the road. Earl Campbell ran for 1,127 yards. Derrick Henry, over the last 2 years, 1,121 yards. Barry Sanders did it for 1,118 yards, and O.J. Simpson did it for 1,116 yards. What Derrick Henry is doing right now, he has put himself into the category not just of Hall of Fame running backs, but of greatest running backs ever to have played the game. Eric Dickerson, Earl Campbell, Derrick Henry, Barry Sanders, O.J. Simpson. If you are an old school NFL fan, if you have been watching the NFL for the last 50 years or so, you can argue that those are 4 of the best backs that have ever existed in the history of the game, and Derrick Henry is right there with them. That's pretty unbelievable. The run that Derrick Henry is on, the Colts had no chance against him. 140 yards in the first half, 3 touchdowns, masterful decision by Mike Vrabel to go for it on 4th down, up 28-14. Remember, last week. The Packers were up 28-14 at the half. Vrabel went for it on fourth down. They hit a big pass down the field, and Corey Davis made that catch. And from that point, they then scored right afterward to go up 35-14. The game was over. And so, two pretty signature wins on the road, I thought, on Sunday. Massive win from the Chiefs to keep the Bucs looking like pretenders. And the Titans haven't won their division and hosted a home playoff game since 2008. With 5 games to go, they took a monstrous step towards potentially being able to do that, and they climbed right on the back of Derrick Henry to potentially find a way to do it. Those were, to me, the two most significant games and the biggest takeaways from Sunday NFL action. Now, we got a bunch of games to unpack for you, and we will continue to do that throughout this day, not only in the world of the NFL, but also in college football. Packers get a big win. In fact, as you break down the overall playoff picture in the NFL, it's actually starting to come into shape and become pretty intriguing as you come down the stretch run of the season. Where are the games going to be played could become a significant factor. Green Bay right now sitting at 8-3, and the Saints sitting at 9-2. The top 2 teams in the NFL fighting for that overall number 1 seed. Also with the Seahawks sitting on the outside looking in a little bit. Pittsburgh's got their game going on Tuesday. But Kansas City, like I said, looks like the best team in the NFL to me. The Titans have surged all the way up to number 3 overall in the NFL right now. We'll break down our top 5, bottom 5 tomorrow. But the Titans with number 3 seed in the AFC. The Bills sliding in at the 4 spot. The Browns, by the way, find a way to get it done against a bad Jags team. But now the Browns suddenly going on the road against the Titans. Would you have ever believed 8-3 Titans against the 8-3 Browns, that would be a must-see game? Dolphins bounce back, get a big win. We'll see what happens with the Ravens. The Raiders seem to be fading again down the stretch of the season, just like happened last year. The craziness of the Denver Broncos rolling out a guy who has basically never played hardly at all in the entirety of the NFL, and suddenly he's their starter. I mean, it's all insanity.